rumor Marvel might race swap Professor X. Former X-Men writer accuses studio of hypocrisy and pandering. So we're all tired of these race swaps and stuff like that. I heard that they might bring in the guy who played Gustavo Fring, Giancarlo Esposito. People said that he'll be a really good fit for.
It's been a rumor for a long time.
So what do you guys think, man?
Let Grae go first.
What do you think, Grae?
If he's Professor X, okay, on silver lining is it'll be a deviation from his normal roles. Because like he's normal, if it's Giancarlo, like he's always the villain, right? Because of his, the way he portrayed Gustavo Fring in Breaking Bad. So he played the same role ever since, kind of like a Vin Diesel thing. But at the same time, it's like we've known Professor X for the longest time already. Even if you're like me, I'm like just I barely know X-Men as a whole or the lore as a whole. And I know Professor X being the white bald dude. And now you're gonna change it all of a sudden, all for the sake of ESG DEI. It's off-putting. Like he could be a new character maybe, or a different character that's more appropriate for what came before or the source material. But yeah, again, do it. Disney being Disney, doing the DEI politics again, and it's really exhausting at this point. And I don't know when will they ever learn if this is true, and hopefully it's not. That's how I see it.
What about you, Kato?
I absolutely hate this. Like, listen, there's always been this like false narrative that the X-Men are supposed to be like representative of the civil rights movement, which they're not at all, not even in the slightest, right? So they always try to make it be like, oh, well, Professor X is like MLK and Magneto is like Malcolm X, and it's like, no, the fuck they're not. You know what I mean? Like, they're not in the slightest. We know what these characters are. We know what they look like. We know their backstory for the most part. Even the retcon, which is the most popular backstory, which is, Magneto was a Jew and, he was in the Holocaust and things like that, right? That's a good backstory. We know who they are. So trying to change them, like, especially race changing them, you're going to have to completely change everything about their backstory, which means they're not even going to be the characters that you started out with, which is like, why would you even do that? Because at that point, he's not Professor X because he's black now, and he's not from Britain or whatever. If you try to put him in the civil rights bullshit, now he's American, right? So it's like, what are you doing there? And then you got fucking Magneto. Now he's not from the Holocaust. Now he's like, they'll probably make him like a Black Panther or some shit. You know what I mean? Like he was a freedom fighter, and I was like, wait, you're changing his entire backstory and everything about them. Now they're not even the characters anymore. So I think it's a dumb thing to do. And on top of that, it's just more pandery. Like, you're gonna turn everybody off if you do that. Like, not even the people that you virtue to are gonna be like, yeah, oh, we got a black Professor X. Oh yeah, that's so fucking stupid, dude. Just make a new character. Just make a new character. If that's what you want to do, make a completely new character and make a completely new story. Call them something else, right? Have them do something else. If you want them to be your proxy for Professor X and Magneto, fine. But as long as you make them something completely different, that would be cool. But taking something that's already established and then changing it just because it's dumb. I don't want to see that. Like, this has been a rumor for a long time. They've been talking about this for a long time. And I truly hope that it never happens. I hope that it never happens. There's nothing wrong with a character being white, and there's nothing wrong with a character being black if that's how they were made. And if you want something to be changed, create your own thing. That's how I feel. Man.
So to summarize this article is basically Marvel Studios basically said that there's a rumor, like you said, it's been going on for a while now, that this X-Men reboot, they're eyeing Colman Domingo. So I don't know who that is. Colman Domingo, basically.
I know who he is.
So
he's a good actor.
He's a good actor? Okay.
He's a good actor. He's a black dude. He's a good actor.
So they're eyeing him.
He's not Professor X.
Yeah. You're eyeing him. And the fact that you even got I guess the former showrunner Bo DeMeo from X-Men 97, he actually came out and criticized Marvel for being hypocritical and pandering with the lack of basically saying lacking black producers and changing and this change basically undermines Professor X like dynamic with Magneto, right? So this guy is Colman Domingo. So this is the guy that they're thinking about. I haven't seen this guy. Maybe I watched a little bit.
He's
The Walking
good,
Dead.
and most of the things I've seen him in, he's pretty good. Like I first saw him in Fear the Walking Dead. He's good in that.
Mhm.
You know, Rustin. You know, he was good. You know, most of the things he's in, he's good. But you also have to remember that Colman Domingo is gay.
Oh,
He's
gonna be gay with Magneto.
So
Oh,
they would.
shit.
So that's another thing. There's no way they would be able to race swap Professor X and not make him gay, because almost every role that Colman Domingo does, his character is gay. Almost every single role. I think every single role. I haven't seen one where he wasn't.
Man,
So
he's
there's no
55.
way.
Oh, damn. He looks good for
Yeah.
55. That's
So there's no way
not
that
gay,
they're gonna
okay?
have him be Professor X and not be gay. So that's a whole nother element that you would put into the character that's not in his backstory. So that's just
Yeah.
something to keep in mind.
Like it, I would say he could probably play like Bishop. Probably would be a lot
I
better.
wouldn't mind if he was Bishop.
Yeah,
We
I
need
think
more Bishop representation for sure.
Yeah,
We do.
but yeah. So basically that's the rumor, and I like for me, I agree with you, man. Like with everything you said, I think it's just stupid. You have a lot of like really cool characters that you can use for Professor X. You don't need to race swap. Like it's sort of like what Ripa says, right? It's you're basically taking existing characters and swapping them out and basically giving like sloppy seconds. And it's sort of
sloppy seconds.
You're basically in a way making like it's like don't you have better characters? Aren't you smart enough to create cool characters, new characters with that can fit black people into your character roles or whatever? So it's just stupid. And
especially being a mutant as well, right? There's endless possibilities. You can make whatever character you want and just call them a mutant, right? Now, that could work. That could work. If you want to make a brand new black character, you know, and he has some kind of crazy ass power, you can do that and then just call him a mutant. Nobody will have an issue. You know, they'll be like, oh, he's brand new. Okay. Even if you do like the pandering BS, you'll be like, at least he's an original character. So you could do something like that, right? Like, but don't just you know, race swap, because it's disrespectful, not only to the character that you're race swapping, but to the people that you're trying to virtue to, because then it seems like, oh, they're not good enough to get their own original thing. We have to give them the sloppy seconds of white dudes.
Yep. Now, I would say if we're gonna cast a person to play Storm, it would be Jade Cargill
from WWE.
Yes. She's muscular already. She got them thick in her dick, and she already has white hair.
Yeah.
And her VFX, like her whole thing is lightning. It's like she's a plug and play Storm, and like.
But you also got to be a good actress, you know.
That's
what I mean?
true.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't Jade, I would say, have you seen Sinners? Do you know the chick that you know, got her cooch ate out from?
I need to watch that movie now. I have not seen that movie yet.
Dude, it's really good. It's a pretty good movie.
There's the girl who plays Annie or Pearline.
Perline, yes, her.
Perline,
yes,
her Perline.
The one who plays Perline. I think she would be good, Storm. I think she would be a good Storm. She looks good, and you know, she has to look for it.
Yeah, I think she does too.
Let's just not let it be Cynthia fucking Erivo. I will.
Oh my god! I look. So, what are your thoughts about them thinking about Keke Palmer as Rogue? Remember, there was like that floating around like a year ago, right?
Stupid. Same thing. Don't race swap these characters. You don't have to do that.
Yeah,
I feel like you don't have to do that at all. Like, not even in the slightest. Like, no. Yeah,
this is her.
She could be Storm. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
I would like for her to be Storm. Hell yeah.
But yeah,
or
man,
the chick from Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, what was it, Dominion? Or
man, I haven't watched that movie.
I haven't either. I just seen the picture of the chick. She was like a pilot or something. She looked really good. She could probably be Storm.
Yeah.
Literally anybody other than fucking Cynthia Erivo, dog. Because if you make Cynthia
Kayla
Erivo,
Watts.
Who?
Kayla Watts.
Who is that?
That's this black chick. She's pretty hot too.
Let's see.
All right, I'm bringing her up. I'm pulling her up.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. That's what I was
Yeah,
talking about right there.
Actually looking pretty good. Yeah, she's looking pretty good. But yeah, man. Just I would say just stop with the sloppy seconds. You know, like if you want to have respect for Black people, like give them like proper actual like roles, and then get and like write actual good stories for them. Thanks for checking out this segment from the Project Eggroll podcast. Make sure to catch us live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Also, be sure to subscribe, and we will see you all there.